What's up, everybody? It's your boy KG. We got episode 22 of Free Knowledge Podcast. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. This week we're actually gonna be talking about some great stuff, some great information as always, just to give you some free knowledge to implement and put back into your life. The topic that we're gonna be talking about is that should I get an LLC? And this conversation is really catered to a lot of the people. Maybe you're doing some different stuff for your business right now, but you don't have it under like a legal umbrella, like you're not protected by anything. It's just more so just you doing it and people paying you for it. And I just want to kind of talk through my personal situation of going through it, and just giving you the free knowledge, things that you should be doing with your business just to put yourself in the best situation. And how I came about this episode was basically earlier this week. I was just scrolling on last week I was scrolling on social media, and I seen this business in Atlanta, and they had like all these followers, like man, like over close to 30,000 followers, right? And so I'm like, man, they food look really good. This look like a really nice place. I might want to follow them, just in case if we go to Atlanta sometime when COVID opens everything, it goes away, and everything opens back up. Me and wife could check this place out. So I go through, look at, their information, click the link in their bio. When I clicked the link in the bio, they had like a GoFundMe page. And like, with a GoFundMe page, like, it has like a brief little synopsis of why they're having a GoFundMe page. And basically what they were saying was that, they moved from one state and they moved to Atlanta, and it was like right before COVID, and they never got their legal aspects in order to get the benefits that came from the government for small businesses during COVID. The different relief packages, the money, the resources, giving you time to hold off on paying rent if you're at a retail location, all these different things and benefits that the government gave during that time for small businesses. They weren't able to get it because they didn't have their legal stuff in order. And sometimes it just happens, but I think the biggest thing that I seen that from that situation was, one, these people have so many followers, and begin they probably started selling food from their house, then they got a little spot where they were selling food out of, and they just the money kept going in, so there's like I can kind of get to the business aspect later. And I think that was one thing why I wanted to kind of have this conversation of, should we get our LLC? Should I get my LLC right now? Even if you haven't even started your business, but you're thinking about doing it, I say 1,000% that you should. And the reason why is because think about this situation with this business that was in Atlanta. They didn't have all their stuff in order. So now they're, kind of scratching for money, because you could have gotten free money, but because you thought about, okay, if I go get my LLC, it's going to cost me maybe all ballpark together, maybe a little under $800 or maybe close to $1,000 up front before you make any money. So you probably, like some people, that's a drawback. And by no means am I like a business guru or anything like that. I'm just sharing my own personal experience. I recently went through the process of getting my LLC back in December of 2020. And so I'm still learning this stuff right now, but as I've learned different stuff and I've seen these different things now, I pay attention to things. When I see some people say, hey, I have a business, like my first thought is like, is it a legit business? Like, can I look it up in the state and see that you have a LLC? And that's like a big thing to me, because one, that shows how serious you are about your product and your service that you're providing. Yes, some people do have a business and it's going really well, and they don't have it any legal umbrella over it, like a LLC, a partnership corporation. And more power to you if you do it that way. But I just think that you run into a lot of risks, and one of the biggest risks is, for example, say I do wash cars. That's my business. I got a car wash pit, and I just literally have people pull up. I got a sign out front that says Courtney's Car Wash Pit. You come through, you get it washed, and I wash all these cars. It's going great. I'm making a lot of money. And then say, for example, someone pulls into there, and I get done detailing their car, and they say, hey, they pull off, and they come right back, say, hey, man, this scratch wasn't on my car. And then you're like, well, no, we didn't do that. And they're like, well, no, you guys did do it. I didn't have it. And then now you get into a legal situation. And now once that legal situation comes into play, that person can now sue you instead of suing your business. And that's the benefits of having the LLC kind of in front of you, because it protects your assets that you have from a personal standpoint. So if someone comes to sue me, if I have an LLC, they can sue Courtney's car wash pit place, but they can't sue Courtney the person. They can sue the business and they can take whatever is inside the business, but they can't say, oh, you know what? You don't have enough money in your business that you have, so we're going to take it from your personal. And that's what the things that will happen. Like if you don't have your legal stuff in order, they come and say someone wants to sue you, or something comes up from a legal standpoint, whether it's insurance or something like that comes up. What will happen is that they will take from your personal assets. So if you don't have that money in your bank account, and they say, hey, well, you got a car and you got a house, and well, your wife now, she has money, so we're going to take her money. So whatever they have to do to get it, they're going to get their money. So that's one of the biggest reasons and things that I've learned going through this process of why I should get an LLC. As you guys know, I'm an author. So I was kind of like, do I really need to get it? Do I don't? But then I started thinking of other things that I can add to my platform, as far as, not only being an author, but being a mentor and doing some public speaking stuff. I said to myself, like, you know what, let me get ahead of this and take care of my business. And I actually had this conversation with my brother earlier in the week, because we were talking about the whole Nelly Ali thing. They were going back and forth about the St. Lunatics. And if you guys had the opportunity to look at Nelly's thing where he talked about the whole situation, I'm not gonna get into the whole drama aspect of it, but the main thing that he talked about throughout his entire thing was having your business in order. And that's the main reason why I want to have this conversation with you guys, is just having your business in order. Because once you have your business in order, everything else is less stressful. You don't want to get to a point where you're making millions of dollars and then now you're like, oh, someone's coming to sue me. Now I got to go get an LLC. Or, for example, if someone, say you need to do a copyright something that you have to put a patent on something that you created. Those are all legal avenues that you have to take. Why wait till you get to be at the point where you want to be in your life, and then now you're like, okay, let me hurry up and get it? Because I actually had a conversation with my barber. This guy, he does car shows, like a big car shows down south, and he had this name that he had in every car show. All these people would come from all around the world. This guy's making money hand over fist, like tons of money, right? Nobody knows that the name brand of this business that he's doing is not like covered by legal, but this one person that looked up to say, hey, let me see if the name that he has is even registered in the state. He goes to look it up. It's not registered. What does that person do? He goes and registers that name. He registers that name, then reaches out to that person that thinks that he owns the place. He thinks that he owns that name, but he doesn't own it, because this other person went and purchased it. He went and purchased it, reached out to him, and said, hey, I have that business name. So from this point moving forward, if you use that name, I need X amount of percentage from every car event that you do, every car show that you do, every drag racing show you do. I need this amount of percentage. And that guy was like, what? No way. You can't do that. This is my business. I had it for this amount of time. He's like, but then legally, he doesn't own the name. So now you're stuck in a bad situation where, as the owner of something, you created it, but you didn't do your legal part of it with the guy. I don't know what he ended up honestly doing, but we just had a conversation, in the barbershop, just talking about it. But now it's like he has to say, okay, do I change my name? Do I rebrand my business? And sometimes you'll see businesses rebrand their name. Like, why'd they change their name? Because that probably might have been one of the situations that happened. And it's like, why have to go through that same thing again, rebranded, where now people, when they go to look for your website is changed the name, and now they can't find you. It's messing up your money, messing up your flow. So, it's really important to get your business stuff in order. And then another thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was just the benefits that come with having your business, a actual legal business, like a LLC, corporation, partnership, things of that nature. The benefits that I've seen personally from myself, I can speak for myself. Like I said, I started my business, Little Brother Inspires LLC, in December of 2020. So I started that. I literally just made the end of the year cutoff before everything got squared away. So just a couple days ago, we just did our taxes. When we did our taxes, I was able to write off all the stuff that pertained to my business. So business logos, just the startup costs to get my business going, all of that stuff. I was able to talk with the accountant to say, hey, this stuff right here is everything that I spent on the business from December to the end of the year. And then even now next year, when I file my taxes again, there's things that I can write off on there because, again, it's towards the business. Not saying you can go and write off just anything like, oh, I'm going to buy this Ferrari and slap a logo on it. Like, it has to pertain to your business. If that's what you want to do, I'm not a legal person, so I'm not going to tell you to do that or not do that. But what I'm saying is that's not smart. But what I am saying is that just have your business stuff in order because it'll help you with write-offs. Anything that you're doing for your business, you can write that off. Not saying you get 100% of it back, but what I am saying is that you'll get some of it back. Or it'll just help you to the point where you don't owe money back when it comes to your taxes at the end of the year. And that's a major thing. So think about it. If you've been having a business for 10 years, you selling dinner plates out of your house, or again, you're washing cars, or anything that you're doing from a business standpoint, even fashion, like you saying, hey, I have my own fashion company, but I'm not registered legally. You have to pay for samples, you have to pay for marketing, you have to pay for promotion. All that stuff costs money. Why not get the benefits of it on the back end when you file your taxes and write off those expenses? So those are a couple of benefits that I've seen from it. Just the point that I can go through and say, oh, wow, I got my business, I can write this stuff off. And that's just a huge perk. So I wanted to kind of leave you guys with that helpful information. I hope that this is helpful for all my entrepreneurs out there, people that are looking to start their business, or maybe you've been kind of on the fence of, should I pay the money and get it started, get it going? It's worth it. It's something that you have to do. I literally just seen it 2 days ago with doing my taxes, and it was just like, wow, the benefit of it, because the amount of money that you make from your business in comparison to your expenses, it can help you out so much, because if you make a lot more money and then you don't have a lot of expenses to write off, then it kind of have you where you might essentially owe money, or you might get less money back. And again, like I said, I'm no tax expert, I'm no legal expert. I'm just telling you from my own personal experience. So again, like I said, just make sure you have your business in order. If you're thinking about, should I get an LLC, and you're either started or you're in the middle, or haven't even started yet, definitely do it. And I just want to give you guys some quick steps on how to get started with your LLC, your partnership, your corporation, or even if you want to do a patent, copyrights, and what's the last one? I think those are the main things. But anything that you need from a business standpoint, I'm going to give you some quick steps and things that I've done personally. So the first thing is that you want to go to LegalZoom. And LegalZoom, if you're out there and you're hearing this and it goes to a point, please, y'all owe me some money, because I'm definitely giving y'all a quick little plug real quick. So, yeah, so go to LegalZoom. Once you go to LegalZoom, look up exactly what you need. Depending on what you're doing for your business, like I said, for me personally, for my business, like I do my books, mentoring, and I do public speaking. So for me, I need to get an LLC, and the LLC is basically what covers my business. And like I said, you go in there, you pick it. Once you pick it, it'll ask you like all the different things that your business does, like what services do you provide, and all those different things. It's very quick, very simple. You fill out the information. Once you fill it out, they'll then say, hey, this is how much you have to pay. And to be completely honest with you guys, I think it was like something like, it might have been like close to $700 to get it done. And trust me, I had that shock too when I seen it. So that's why I'm sharing this with you guys. I told my wife, like, I don't know, man. Like, I ain't trying to give them $700. But then I thought about it, and I thought about everything we talked about prior in this episode, the importance of having your business in order. I don't want to get to a point where, I have aspirations to be mentoring people all across the world, speaking to people all across the world. I don't want to get to that point, and now I'm not official. Like, you're not official. Like, you saying you're official, but you're really not. And that can be a big blow-up situation. What if ABC or CNN, somebody reaches out to you and they want to get in touch with you, and they're like, oh, this guy, you don't have your stuff in order. Like, if you don't have that part together with your brand, why would I bring you to my brand? So just think about that. And like I said, so you go through, you get that information done, you pay for it. Then the next step that you'll go through is they'll say, hey, you have to file with your state and your federal, like your state and federal with your business to register. So for example, if someone wanted to look up my business in South Carolina, they can look it up, Little Brother Inspires LLC, and you'll see that information on the site. So if someone were to go to my website and they looked up the information, they said, hey, let me see if this place is really official. You can look it up. It's official. So that's why you want to have that stuff. And once you go through and do the filing with your state and federal and they walk you through it, they'll say, hey, there's another group of people that we can pass you off through that you can pay them and you can get them to file your paperwork for you. For me, I'm a do-it-yourself type of person. I tried to go through and fill out the information myself to file for the state and the federal stuff. I kind of got to a point where I was like, you know what, this is a foreign arena for me, and I want to make sure, one, that I'm doing it right, because I don't want to do it the wrong way, and then again, end up on the back end paying for it. So I ended up paying for the extra additional services to get my business filed through the state and federal, and I think that was probably like $320, $350. So all in all, like I said earlier in the beginning, it was like a stack. So now after me paying that stack, I'm done. Like, I don't have to do anything for my business. But again, that's for my personal business. I don't know about you, but for me, once I filed with the state and I got, my LLC, I didn't have to do anything else. I was good. I was golden from that point. And then the next steps that you have to do, and you don't have to do it, but I suggest you do it. LegalZoom will tell you the same, that you should do it, because it helps at the end of the year when you're tracking your expenses, the things that you pay for. So when you go to meet with your tax accountant, you can say, hey, these are all the things that I spent money on this year. So I need you to write all this stuff off. And it makes it that much simpler. So the next step after that, like I said, is opening up a business banking account, like an actual checking account. And so you can have your money, all funded going into your business, because you don't want your personal and your business account to be merging. Because as we stated before, if someone comes to sue you, God forbid, we don't want it to happen, but we always want to just put ourselves in a safe situation. You want to make sure that your assets are separated, because if they're together in one account, when they come to get the money, they don't know, oh yeah, $2,000 is for the business and $1,500 is for my house and me and my family. Like, they don't know that. So you want to get your business banking account set up. And once you get your business banking account set up, you put the money in there that you need. Then the second thing that you're going to get is a credit card for your business. And this is another perk to having it. And I did it all through myself. I did it through Chase Bank. That's what I had. But whatever bank that you have, you go with them, you get your bank through them, and you get your business credit card through them. And the benefits of doing that is that now you're able to see, all your information on one app. You don't have to go to one app for your credit card, one to your banking. Like, it's all in one spot. But then another additional perk to that is that once you sign up for your banking account and your business credit card, because you're a business and if your credit is good or you're a preferred customer, they'll tell you like, hey, because you sign up with your business account with us, you'll get $300 if you have 5 qualifying purchases. So for me, like, I was like, okay, that's easy. I'm going to go through and just make 5 purchases really quick to make sure I get my extra $300 in 60 days. So those are all just things that you can do. Again, because you have a business and it's legal, you can go and get a bank account. You can go and get a credit card. And now you can build up your business line of credit for other things that you aspire to do. Say for example, you're selling clothes out of your house right now, but now you have an LLC, but you're still selling out of your house. You're still printing it all up in your house. But now when COVID's over, you're like, you know what? I seen this place up the street. I'm going to go ahead and buy this building. And I'm going to have a warehouse with all my clothes in it, and boom, 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 whatever the case may be, right? So now, because you've been building up your line of credit, so now that this building is $100,000, you can go to them and say, hey, man, here goes my business account. This is my cash flow that goes in there. This are my expenses that are going out, and this is my credit score for my business. Those are all things that make you more successful and well prepared for those opportunities that will come in the future. You just have to prepare yourself in advance to make sure that you set yourself up for success. So those are the tips that I have. That's my how-to that I have. I know I normally do like a couple takeaways that you guys can take away from this discussion. But I think my main thing that I want you guys to take away from is that have your business in order. Like, there's nothing else that I could say besides that. If you're doing something right now, I don't care if you're selling cakes, washing cars, you doing print-on-demand T-shirts, writing books, whatever it may be, make sure that you have your stuff in order from a business aspect. Have it in order, because not only does it make you look professional, but it also makes your brand look better. It makes another person want to partner with you with their brand to say, hey, you know what, I do want to partner with Courtney in his business because I know it's legit. You know, you want somebody like that. So keep all those things in mind. Get your business in order. If you're on the fence thinking about should I or should I not get an LLC, it's definitely something that you should get. Definitely something that you should look out for. If you guys have any questions, please put your comments below, and I'll definitely answer and let you guys know any insight that I have. And even if you can't put it on the YouTube, you want to reach out to me from Instagram. My Instagram is at Courtney Golf Official, the same as the YouTube. Just reach out to me and we can have a conversation and just see how we can, help to get you where you want to go in life with your business. So I thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. Hope that you guys have a great week and let's be great, and I love you guys. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. Love is love.